Hello and welcome. And it's Christmas time. Today is the 1st of December and it's the season for lots of different stuff. Today we have something utterly German, nerdy and German that is. So I guess in other countries you get those things nowadays as well, the so-called Advent calendar. Not sure about the translation, but this has been a huge thing, at least since I was a kid and probably longer, that you get like a cardboard box with little compartments, doors or whatever in there, 24 from the 1st of December to the 24th, and there would be a little chocolate behind every door. Nowadays you get like all kinds of different variations for people who don't want to have the sweets. This year is more for the nerds, of course. There are others for kids with Legos or other toys in there. You can build your own, and anyway, it's very essential to the German Christmas tradition. And today we have this here for all the electronic nerds. And what does it say? Jeden Tag ein neuer Bastelspaß. Every day a new fun project. I don't know. Tinkering project maybe. Electronic retro games, it says. Well, I'm not sure how far this goes towards the games side. It says here there's Hotwire, so this is probably a buzzer and a loop, and you have to move like a thing along a twisted wire track, and if you make contact it will beep or something. Then there's tennis, however that's supposed to work. I see 4 LEDs, but not much else. Hau den Maulwurf, that's probably whack-a-mole. I can't think that it's anything else. Okay, so there's 2 buttons. Whack-a-mole has 4 buttons and 4 LEDs. So you probably have to push the right buttons to win the game. And this is Kopf oder Zahl, means heads or tails. So it's probably not for playing, it's just like a coin throw. You either get green or red LED, and you just push a button and then a random color comes up. Yeah, okay, so not sure about the games aspect, because yeah, Whack-a-Mole is of course not that big of a game. Senso, so this is a very German thing. I think this was called Simon Says in other countries. So it will play a little tune, starts off with 1 note, and you have to remember all of them and press, I think it's like 4 different notes that are possible, and you have to remember the sequence. Yeah, and the first one to push the wrong button will lose. Okay, I think we should open it up, because there seems to be a lot of stuff in there. And let's have a look. It seems to be like all breadboard and nothing necessary to be soldered, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so what do we get? We get 2 cardboard pieces, which you can cut out, and you can use that to make some kind of console where you put the breadboard in. I think this is probably absolutely optional. It has the look, kind of the look of the Atari 2600. Of course it's paper, but it's a nice touch, I guess. And you can recycle it more easily than something from plastic. Talking about plastic, so the calendar itself is this piece here, and very noisy. If I turn it around, you can see there's little compartments with all the components rattling in there. You get this huge, humongous manual, and it seems, yeah, there's a little bit of introduction, and the hidden line, or the hidden wire. That's what they say here, so you probably have to read up every time. And of course it's all in German. But what better time to learn German than Christmas time, right? Oh, Defuse the Bomb is tomorrow's game. And Heads or Tails is after that. Defuse the bomb. Which of the 3 wires is the correct one to cut? Okay, that's funny. Probably the light goes off when the bomb was wrong. The HT46F47, it's a microcontroller. So do we have to program that, or is it already equipped with all the necessary things? Probably. Yeah, so let's have a look at what's inside the first door. We won't read the manual, right? Let's open this up. It's a big one. Okay, so contrary to what I was expecting, we get a yellow breadboard. It's got the foamy sticky tape, double-sided tape on the back. It looks quite solid. It has holes for mounting it with screws, fastening it to whatever you want to fasten it to. Then we have a battery holder. I have to be careful, there's a push button here. There's a push button, there's some wire, and there's a little 5mm LED, a green, I would say, from the looks of it. So we've got a push button, a breadboard, LED, some wire, and the holder. Okay, let's see if I have some AA batteries. Okay, I found some batteries, and for the 1st of December they propose a game, if you want to call that a game, where you place a jumper wire. So basically you have to cut this up, I guess. But that's sort of not the best thing, I would say. So if you have a box and a bunch of jumper wires, I would suggest use that. You place a jumper wire here across the board, put some masking tape over there, and then wire up the LED and the button, and your opponent is supposed to figure out which columns or rows you actually place the wire across. It's not the most fun game, I would say, but it's a start, because you have to start somewhere, and they said every day there's a game. So we probably will open up the second door as well, because there's the microcontroller, which is much more interesting. But we can check if the LED works, and this is an LED with a resistor in there as well, 1 kilo ohms, the manual says. So we can just plug it in like that. So long leg, was long leg the anode? I always forget, but I think so, right? Okay, we got the first circuit running, and the LED is really bright. So 1 kilo ohm doesn't do much. Oops, touch the camera. So 1 kilo ohm doesn't do much here, but it works. That's fair enough. Let's disassemble that, unplug that, and go straight to game number 2. Oh, that's hard. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff here. So this is not packaged in a way that, yeah, it's ESD safe, I think, but it's good enough. So here's the microcontroller, HT46F47E, and I guess it's pre-programmed. I have no clue about this one. I will have to look up the specs at some point. We have some capacitors and 1, 2 resistors. So let's check what they suggest doing with this stuff. Am I missing something here? Actually, there should be 3 capacitors here, but I found only 2. So I guess one of them got away somehow. Oh, I know where it is. It got stuck. It got stuck in there. Here it is. So yeah, I think we can manage to do that. And this is a defuse on the bomb. Okay, I think I got it. Shall we try to power this up? So a positive goes here. I double checked and hope I didn't mess anything up. Or we might fry the microcontroller. Oh, there was a slight flicker. When I press the button, it flickers for a very short time. I'm not sure if this registers, but I think so, yeah. You can see that. So we have to plug one of the wires. And then press. Well, that's pretty not that impressive. Let's plug the red wire, always the red wire. Also gives us just a flicker. What about the last one? Green one. Ah, okay. That was the bomb, I guess. That was the wrong wire. I figure. So yeah, it works. And resetting. Okay, nice. So this is the first real game, in quotes, that we can build with this thing. Microcontroller with the 2 resistors here. This seems to be a general input-output pin that we use for signaling that. And the wires are probably also input or GPIO pins where the microcontroller probably again produces a random number, and depending on which number was taken, it reads out its GPIO pins if they are high or low. So this is ground, so they are pulled low, I guess. No need for any resistors, it seems, any pull down resistors. And yeah, if it's not low but instead floating, I guess it will say, okay, that's the input. It's probably tri-state, I guess. And if it matches the random number, then this will light up and the bomb explodes. So there are 2 correct and 1 wrong answer, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. But the question is, what if I remove the blue wire and try this a couple of times? No, it seems fine. What if I unplug the power? But that probably doesn't do anything either. Let's unplug the green wire again. There we go. For some reason, it's always the green, which would be, well, not that exciting, right? So yeah, that's interesting. What I'm missing here is there is no real explanation how this works, because this is already the 3rd day. So it says a little bit about the components. It says something about the microcontroller, and you mustn't confuse the polarity of the battery, or you can fry the microcontroller, which is fine. But it doesn't go but But we can pull up the datasheet for that, of course. I will link to that in the description and you can have a look. But I think this is more aimed at people who want to get to know all the components and start off like, I mean, the first thing you do is like just do a circuit with an LED. So I think that's fine. I'm looking forward to doing all the other things. And the breadboard is a nice thing because you don't have to solder. You can build all kinds of circuits with this. So yeah, I like this very much. It's of course, the language could be a barrier. But I figure there must be other similar things in your country and you can probably just buy yourself a breadboard and do stuff like that. Maybe next Christmas you can buy a bunch of components for a geeky friend and make one of your own advent calendars with stuff like this. Print them out, some interesting circuits, and every day they get like a new component. So yeah, it's nice. I will definitely do one of these every day because I think it doesn't take a lot of time, a couple of minutes. So yeah, I like it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button, do the subscribe thingy if you want to, and yeah, thank you very much and have a nice evening.